Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Australian Sport Edition show, where all the Australian sport you hear right in Australia. My name's BJ from the Presented by the BJ Show. Let's get on the way as we got so much to cover right here on the BJ Show podcast. So welcome all, as I mentioned in the intro. Yes, this is the Australian Sport Edition show. And what's all with you all? We got, as I mentioned some point ago, we had a netball competition right here in Australia. I was going to introduce, and we also got the, as I mentioned, the netball series we're going to be sharing. We got also the NRL. It's just started back in Las Vegas, one game, so we covered all the action from that. We're also most empowering side of the WNBL. We'll have all that coverage, and we'll also have the mighty NBL playoffs and how all they're coming. So let's start with the netball series. So it all started right here in South Australian Adelaide. It is so many teams to cover. So it all starts on the 14th of March 2025, and it's like a opening round style that everyone comes together. Like the AFL have their gala round, and opening round has Queensland and New South Wales. All this is a netball competition. So different netball teams are from different states of Australia. And I would like first game. I don't know these teams that well, but we got the Fevers versus the Firebirds. We got the Lightning and the Giants. The Venus versus Swiss. The Thunderbirds and the Maricks. And Swish and Forever. Firebirds and Venus. We got the Maricks and the Lightning. Giants, Swish and Firebirds. Forever versus Phoenix, and Giants, Maricks, and Thunderbirds, Lightning, and yet to score what is happening with all. So it's a like opening round style, how that will reflect on how everything goes for this year. So I don't know much about this netball competition, but these are the teams who reverse each other over the weekend from the 14th of March and the 15th of March, and they held 1 hour. So with the include of this netball competition right here in Australia, so there is a bonus shot, and you may have seen it on KO of having inside 1 point and I think 3 points from the outside. So there's a bit more to it, but I don't know who I should win from each team, but I just want to introduce all of them. So now we're done with the netball. I would now like to introduce the new sport we just started already on their first round already. It is the NRL. So let's just share a little bit about. So this is like a AFL version, but the rugby. So hi all there rugby supporters, I'm going to share with you all the result and who I should tip. It's not going to happen because we're a bit too late, but because I'm not into rugby, I will the Rainers defeated the Warriors, so well done on that. That was in Las Vegas, so that was a pretty good effort. There was 2 games held in there with the Pandas and the Sharks. The Pandas game the win on that, and game 1 Raiders defeated the Warriors 32-8, which was quite big. Then we had that was the first game on the 2nd of March, which was held on a Sunday. The first day, the 6th of March here in Australia, was held in Sydney, was the Roosters taking the Boogers, and the Boogers, Brisbane Boogers, get the job done. We had the West Tigers take on the Knights, a low scoring in Sydney on the 7th of March, with the Knights getting the win. We got the Rabbits versus the Dolphins, and as well done 2-point win 16-14 to the Rabbits, with getting defeated the Dolphins. We got the Dragons hosting the Bulldogs, as held in Sydney as well, with the Bulldogs getting the job done. We got the South. We got another game here on the Saturday, the 8th of March, with also the first one I'd mentioned, the Dragons and the Bulldogs, are also held on the 8th of March. The Sea Eagles host 42-2 defeated Cowboys to 12, and we come up with the Storms and the Eels, with Storms having a big win 56-18, with Storm doing the job done in Melbourne to end the round. So it all happens the game on Thursday the 13th of March, which we are now right now. We are back and ever. You see all the actions here in Australia in Newcastle on Channel 9, 9 Now, KO and Fox. All your coverage here in Australia. So there is also Auckland team versus the Warriors. Like I mentioned, I don't much not know anything about the NRL, but I'll put my tips in and I think the Knights will get the job done. I think the Sea Eagles will get the nice win over the Warriors. The Panthers and the Roosters, the Panthers should win on Friday night. Well, football, as they say in rugby, and from Oakland, we go to Sydney. We go to now Saturday football from the NRL with the Dragons and the Robots, and the Dragons should win that game, in my opinion. The Cowboys and the Sharks, good game. We're back in Townsville, and I think the Cowboys will get the job done. Then we go to Saturday night football. We all love that, and we are in Canberra as the Roosters tackle the Broncos, as they are Brisbane Broncos, and they should win the game. The Eels and the Tigers, well, this will be held in Sydney, and the West Tigers for me. The Bulldogs and the Taipans, well, my goodness, I think, my opinion, the Bulldogs for that. So they are really, and the Storm have the bias as they got an odd number. So there you have it. We're now done with the NRL. We're now head to the WNBL. Now that is our Women's National Basketball League. We're all under with the finals as we end the season for the Australian basketball competition. So I have not shared anything as I promised to share all information. So I would like to now share the grand final and all the semi-finals of how it all happened. So it happened with the Townsville Flyers. There was no team in the NBL with that, but they get the job over Perth Lynx in game one. We've got the Flames, known as Sydney Flames, and the Bendigo Spirit. There's no Bendigo team in the men's league, as you may know, and they get the job done 1-0. So there you have it. So there was a little bit of delay. There's no result with Perth and Townsville and Bendigo and Sydney Flames. They are no longer available because 2 games was all about out of 3. Then we come to the grand final series. We got Bendigo defeated Townsville 70-60, and we'll now introduce to 63-55 against Townsville. And the last game was the 12th of March. No score yet to be reduced because game 2 was Bendigo. So Bendigo are the champion for the 2025 WNBL as 20th. So I'd like to introduce all the teams, and even they didn't play, I'll just give you a bit of an idea what are the WNBL teams. So we have the Flyers, Geelong United, Adelaide Lightning, they're known as Canberra Capitals, Sydney Flames I mentioned, Townsville Flames, Perth Lynx, and Bendigo Spirits. They were the order anyway of the bottom to the 8th team, the 8th team to the 1st. So now we're done and dusted with the Women's League. We're now in our last game. And most important, the fun of all. We do now have the NBL, and my goodness, this is a big deal. I can't wait to share with you all. This is what we wanted. This is how we play our sport. It is the grand final. Before we get to the grand final series, the last time I shared was all the semi-finals, who's in, who's out, all that. So we do get that underway, and my goodness indeed, big deal of that. So what on your school gonna share with you all as we share the Phoenix and the Sixers got knocked out. If we have the semi-finals, now you mentioned last episode that I was going to get Melbourne United to get knocked out against Perth. Well, that was not going to happen, but I'm going to share you right now who won, and even you saying it, I would like to share it with you all. So Melbourne United gets the 105-93 in Perth in Melbourne in game 1. So we come to the Eel Hawks 101-94 with Eel Hawks getting the job done. Now we come into March basketball, and my goodness, we had another big game in Perth. Perth getting the job done 96-89. With Sunday afternoon basketball, we had the Phoenix 101-94. So the first time I've seen in a long time that we had a 1-on-1 to go deep into the grand final series. And before I get to the Melbourne United Perth, I think that was the game of the round, but it was the 2 good Eel Hawks getting 126-96 to make qualification into the grand final, and we'll share that very, very soon. I would like to now share the Melbourne United Perth Wildcat, and I'm going to break it down how this game even happened on 1-point victory. Teams play smart to want wins. They want to win this game, and they could not get the job done. But it was Perth getting up fine, beautiful, 36-26. Then we came to 32-25 to the Melbourne United. They get to make it up their way. 29-22 third quarter, and it was ended with 26-28 Perth Wildcats. So it was a really good effort to the Perth Wildcats. It was a 1-point victory. I was so close getting that resist to get Perth Wildcats back into the grand final, knock out Melbourne United, but it was Melbourne United just getting the job done. So I would like to share now game 1. My goodness, this is a big deal. Saturday, the 8th of March 2025. Goodness gracious. Melbourne United travel to Eel Hawks, their home state of basketball, the favourite system to win this championship. My goodness, they will rebound. They take on, and I'll share right now this game, but the next game will be on the 12th of March, which we'll share very soon in game number 2. So, what a game this was, and goodness, great start to the champs, been favouritism for a long time, 29-26. It was a stronger lead to 24-17, so the mighty Melbourne United, they got to find a way to do it. It was 14-21 their way. Then it was the final quarter. Believe if Melbourne United want this big time after they lost in the grand final last season. They win that quarter 21-32 against a very good talented side like Eel Hawks. Now we come to game and the second game, and we've got one hell of a grand final series. My goodness, teams don't give up. It was 29 apiece at quarter time, 22-20 in front of the Eel Hawks. Then we came to 31-22 to the favour system to the Eel Hawks, and it was come to 29-20 to the Eel Hawks 102-100 victory over the host Melbourne United. They want this Melbourne United. They're not going out of a fight. Game 3 is going to be held on the 16th of March 2025. It's game 3 NBL Grand Final. So you want more of any action? Stay tuned for the next episode here on the BJ Show. Well, that's all from me and from the BJ Show, and we'll share in the international agenda next week. Stay tuned for more of that. It's always exciting here on the BJ Show. Keep downloading, keep supporting, subscribe to the YouTube. I much appreciate it. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one, and keep podcasting wherever you get the podcast right here on this channel. Thanks, guys. Peace out. The BJ Show is out.